Hey guys, welcome to Offshoot Comics in the Nerd Room. I'm your host, Kirby Kid.
Black Superman.
And Age of Ashtron.
Also known as David Clark.
Walter Bryant.
And Ashton Elledge.
And this is our new long-form podcast. We're bringing it back. We used to do it back in the days of Codenamed Epic, and we decided to bring it back.
Yeah, back in the days when we were young. We're not kids anymore, but some days we sit and wish we were kids again.
I'm editing you out. I'm editing you out of everything now.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Days sitting, wish I wasn't. Break it down.
So yeah, this is what this podcast is about. It's about this. No, we're going to be talking about different things that interest us. It's kind of like our YouTube channel, but no video.
So and me, I'm in it.
Yes, this is a new guy we were telling you about last week.
Ashton, Age of Ashtron. You want to follow me on Twitter? Same handle. Instagram.
You want to tell a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm pretty new in the game. You know, I started out, I'd say maybe 26 years ago. I was a young little sperm, and I went into an egg. I grew into this form and this.
Maybe more recent.
Oh, more recent. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you just meant the whole life story. Well, I started out as a fan, just a fan. I wanted to make an impact and do stuff that affected the culture, so I hooked up with these guys, and we're bringing you guys this new podcast in the Nerd Room, getting real sweaty with you guys, real nerdy. So I hope you like it. And,
because there's no air conditioning.
That's why.
There's no air conditioning.
Let us get that perfectly clear.
It's epically hot in here. I have the new Star Wars app, and it's going to tell me right now that it feels like Jakku in here.
But yeah, so speaking of Star Wars, that's a good segue. Today we're talking about just everything Star Wars. We just got done playing Star Wars Battlefront. Today is November 14th. Yes, we got it before you did because we're better.
Episode 1, we got it before you did.
Yeah, exactly. And we had a lot of fun playing as Vader and Luke and the old guy who sucks. Palpatine. Palpatine. I thought he was going to be really awesome.
Let's first off give Palpatine a little respect. His title is Darth Sidious, so can we please use...
He was beaten by a fall.
You don't know him, so you can't call him by his first name.
And see, all the epic powers that he had no longer exist.
In the game, I mean, where's his lightsaber? Did he not?
No, I'm just saying
in the world, yeah.
The books don't exist anymore. So
everything.
He no longer clones himself and gets more power and none of that.
It's too much. Then he'd be invincible and he'd still be here.
Yeah.
But exactly. I mean, we don't know what's going on in the new, extended universe. So maybe he is some sort of way still alive. Maybe
Maybe he's Kylo Ren.
Oh, it's a younger body if it is.
I don't.
Or maybe it's Han's son and Darth Sidious took over his body. Because he needed a living body. Yeah.
No, because he just is too rough around the edges. He's not as refined as Palpatine.
Because he's still getting used to his new body. See how that works? No. I can make it fit.
No, because look at his lightsaber. It's all amateurish. He's
experimenting with new stuff. And Disney wanted to do Marvel.
Can we debunk this before we go any further? Because I don't want this to be a thing.
Right. Kylo Ren being
Palpatine is dead. He got thrown down a hole. They flushed the toilet. The dead fish is dead.
Maybe. I mean, because there are books and books and books, and they can say that those books don't exist anymore, but there are some really good ideas in those books, and you can't just throw all that aside.
Oh no! What they're doing is they have the ability to go into that old universe and still take out and cherry pick what they want. Mm-hmm. That was a part of the whole deal with getting rid of all that millions and millions of books that they did of Star Wars back.
I want them to go and cherry pick the prequels.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's something in one of those clauses that George Lucas has where they can't do anything with those prequels. That's pretty sure they can't touch it.
Because, dude, look, Episode 1 just needs to not exist. It just does. It just needs to just not be there.
People like to marathon Episode 1 through 3 just because it's Star Wars. What I like to do is go on YouTube and just watch the fight scenes because that's all that matters.
Yeah, definitely. And then, outside the lightsaber fight, all we have is Jar Jar and midi-chlorians.
The speeder fight was also... The speeder battle was
okay, but
pretty
Walter,
good.
You gave me the chlorians, though.
No, that doesn't exist.
They gave us a blood reason for the Force.
There's no reason.
Which means you want to tell me you can't clone Force users?
Nope.
Or you can't...
Didn't happen.
You can't capture a Force user and then give yourself the Force?
Well, no, because it will be like your blood. I mean, are you that metachlorian type? Who knows? Maybe there's type O metachlorians and you can't really have
Yeah, none of that happened. Episode 1 didn't happen.
Because I can just take your blood and be like, and now I'm Darth Sidious. Which, I mean, hey, who knows? But yeah, the game is pretty good.
You know, David and I got to play the beta a while ago. I think Walter
did not
opportunity.
He was standing there as Vader, just
getting owned.
Just I'm like, Walter, turn around. Sorry, he is shoving a lightsaber through your face right now. Please turn around.
I did all 3 specials on Walter. It was so man. Honestly, I'm terrible at video games, especially first-person shooters, but Star Wars is the exception.
Yeah,
I think I'm pretty good.
I mean, we found out you could clash lightsabers if you're playing as heroes that have lightsabers. That was really that came out of nowhere, and you get the little power struggles. Like that was fun.
Yeah, I mean the game was great, and then just talking about the graphics alone, man. I felt like I was in the movies. I felt like I was Luke Skywalker. It was great.
Yeah. So I mean,
you're what, like 26?
Yeah, I'm 26.
You're 25.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm 40. I played the original Star Wars game on Nintendo, the original Nintendo.
Oh, I'm 40. I'm older than you guys. I know how it was.
No. That is not where I'm going for. That's not where I'm going at all with this. My first Star Wars game looked like Legos.
Oh.
My son's first Star Wars game looks like that. There's a ridiculous amount of just like forward progress between that first Star Wars I played and that thing. Like my phone can do better than what they did on that original Star Wars, man. Oh.
I mean, they've gotten so much better that when you installed Star Wars on your PS4, I don't know about the Xbox. It probably sucks on the Xbox, but on the PS4, when you install it, you get to play as Vader and kill rebels until the game is done installing. That's the best loading screen ever. Just walk around, just lights it, and you're invincible, which is even better.
I don't usually support the killing of rebels, but in this instance, I do.
Rebel scum.
They must die, especially when the game is loading.
Right.
If the game loaded forever, I'd be okay with that.
Right. I mean, now I got a chance to play some of the flight modes. You guys played it in the snow speeders.
Mm-hmm.
I got to fly a little bit in the X-wing. I have not played as the Falcon yet, but that's probably going to be super epic. I've seen some footage and it looks really fun.
Let me be there. I'm terrible at flight games, flight simulating games. Terrible. So I did terrible.
Oh yeah, tell people how you guys decided to take out the walkers.
So I couldn't aim and shoot. Walter couldn't aim and shoot, so we just decided to just suicide bomb, kamikaze attack him.
And when the lives ran out, they're like, "Why are we dead? You kept dying over and over again. That's not a sustainable way of fighting."
But it won those 4 fights.
Well, yeah. And I think I died first because I didn't realize that we were sharing lives.
Yeah, neither did I. I thought that like I had 5 and you had 5, so. Then, like, I think I used up 3 before you ever used up 1.
Which begs the question, why are we sharing 5 lives? Like, maybe we should share 6 lives. That way we
did you see Walter did the tow cable?
I missed it. I think I was looking at my phone.
I was like, Walter did the tow? First of all, I applaud you for figuring that out.
I didn't know you can do that.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was luck.
Oh really?
It was. You just happened the first time.
So
the next 2 times I did it, it was on purpose. That first time it was total luck.
These first generation Star Wars fans are so modest.
Alright. I'm not too much better than you. But no.
Oh, by the way, to that senator who says that she doesn't want to hear men talking about Star Wars anymore. If you can see me right now, I'm giving you a not nice finger. Okay, so now back to this talk.
Yes. But the game is really fun. I'm looking forward to the online mode. But also, I'm looking forward to Episode 7, which can't come out fast enough.
Before we go and talk about Star Wars Episode 7, let's talk about how in the Battlefront game you can choose from different heroes depending on which faction you choose. So if you're a rebel, you can be either Luke, Leia, or my personal favorite, Han Solo. And if you are part of the Empire, you can be Palpatine, you can be Boba Fett, or you can be Darth Vader.
Don't be Palpatine.
Don't be Palpatine.
He has no lightsaber. He can't really defend himself. He has Force lightning, which runs out.
Han Solo can beat Palpatine in this game.
Yeah.
In the game and in the movies, Han Solo should be the main. Han Solo. It should just be called Star Wars Han Solo because he's my favorite. I'm being biased.
You like the more Luke?
Stop. Oh yeah.
Luke was the one.
You understand that
but
Han was he was epic in the first movie, But the next two, he kind of was just background fodder.
And that was one of the issues I think that that Harrison Ford had with the character, because it didn't go anywhere. I remember reading that he actually went over to George Lucas and asked if he would just kill him off, because it would drive the story more if he were to die.
Well, I think he asked that for this movie too.
He might have actually gotten his wish on this one.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's gonna stick around.
I heard a rumor that he asked to be killed off in this movie.
It was the last movie, though.
He's asked to kill off, like, pretty much everything he's ever done. He's asked to kill Indiana Jones. He's asked to kill Han Solo.
He wants to come back to Indiana. Harrison, if you're listening, which I know you're not, please don't die. I love Indy so much.
He can't hang with Force users. He really can't.
He had a lightsaber on him.
Search your feelings. You know this to be true.
And he's not supposed to. Han Solo he's like the guy you want to be. He's the cool guy. He's like the James Bond of the galaxy. I mean, he's not supposed to be a Force user. He's just the guy.
Right.
Not the one.
But I mean,
Han is the guy. Luke is the one. He's like, there can be only one. He's the most powerful.
I'd be Luke all day, because I mean, in Star Wars, the way that universe works, if you're not a Force user, you're dang near irrelevant.
I think that's just that's just the way they built the most of the stories. But I've seen so far they're really trying to tell more of a Star Wars story where there's so many different aspects of the galaxy other than the Force users, because it has so much potential to be more than that. So I think going forward we'll see more from those other types of characters, like the Boba Fett's and the
other Mandalorians.
And then also
smugglers.
I like one of the new things that's happening here with Episode 7 that I really like is the fact that all Force users shouldn't just be Jedi or Sith.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would they just be Jedi or Sith? I mean, you can't tell me that there's not going to be somebody who's got the Force who's like, well, I don't really want to deal with your rules. I want a woman. And I don't really want to be, that guy's apprentice, because all his apprentices die. Mm-hmm. So I think I'll just go do my own thing and learn how to use the Force.
Well, I think that was part of the reason why Anakin had to balance the Force, because it had become so polarized. Because the Jedi were an actual thing with the actual building and like a place where you could go. And and the Sith, I guess they had some place too. I mean, there
was only two of them.
Yeah,
so.
But I mean, like when they're both so monolithic, mm-hmm. It's very easy. I mean, it's like being a Republican or Democrat. A lot of people just get absorbed into it. Mm-hmm. Which is why like, Anakin had to come in and kill everybody and set over.
Purge.
I wouldn't say do that in real life. Maybe
we don't support that.
No, not openly. But that's probably why everyone had to pick a side, because otherwise someone's coming to get you. One way or the other. If a Jedi senses you, he's coming to get you. If a Sith senses you, he's probably coming to kill you.
Realistically speaking, in Episode 1, the Jedi weren't much better than the Sith. They were pretty aristocratic themselves.
That's why they needed to be balanced, because like they thought they were so above it all, mm-hmm. and in some aspects they had become evil in themselves, which is why they had to all be killed.
They were the Pharisees.
Right, exactly.
We definitely going forward won't see that same Jedi, that
order
mindset, that order ever again. Especially because I think that Luke, he in trying to rebuild the Jedi Order, he may have discovered something about how they used to be and wanted to build something else, and it just didn't go right. But obviously there aren't any Jedi going into this new trilogy. So I think we'll see the Force actually awaken, and there'll be a new order of a new type of Force user.
Right. And that kind of brings me to a point where I was talking to Walter about this a couple weeks ago, is that now that they're both owned by the same company, I would really like there to be a Force user in Marvel. No. Because since Star Wars was so long ago, like it wouldn't be like you wouldn't see like Han Solo or Vader on Earth. I'm saying like since it's been thousands or maybe even millions of years, it'd be really cool to have that in, because right now Marvel's gotten kind of stale. It's like you got blown up in a factory, you were born with some mutant power, you inhaled some gas, or you wear armor, and it's become much the same thing. They need a new element to just sort of
gamma rays.
It's an accident. Science accident. It's always some
always
sort of
a science
camera.
accident.
And it's always a blonde hair, blue eyed
But
black guy.
like they need somebody who's got something else. You know, like I think it'd be like it would have no connection to
Well, now
Star
they have
Wars.
Aliens though. There's the but no one likes to
The Shi'ar and the
Right?
No
No.
one-
Right. What I'm saying is, you know, like something
scroll.
new that
no
you
one
know
likes
people can give a
Cosmic
shot to.
Marvel though.
Right. No, I'm saying it could be the Earthling that awakens the Force ability, and it had nothing to do with Star Wars other than the fact that he's using the Force.
I personally would rather keep the two separate, unless it's in a combination of Kingdom Hearts. Of course, I'd be fine with that.
See, my thing is, I don't see how it works. Granted, it's another galaxy or whatever, but it's like the Force has never been in anything else other than Star Wars. I mean, we got Star Trek, we've got all these, what is it, Serenity, what was Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's never been the Force in anything else. So, to me, it's like, even though Disney owns both of the products, it's almost like you just can't do it. Because the Force exists in the galaxy that they're in, and it doesn't seem to exist anywhere else.
And that brings me back to Kingdom Hearts because Sora has the ability to travel through pocket universes and different galaxies. So Sora would be that connecting tissue that connects Marvel to Lucasfilm's, whatever they're going to call it, Star Wars universe.
Uh-huh.
And that then, David, is when you will get your wish. We will
Right.
see. We will see.
I just
Iron
think
Man.
it'd be really cool to have a Force user on Earth. I mean, it's been, like they say, it was a long time ago. The galaxy has not been mapped out yet. And let's be honest, how many times can you see Captain America throw his shield?
As many times as they will give it
Captain
to me.
America is epic. We will strike that.
How
from the
many
record,
times can
sir.
you see Spider-Man swinging?
Well,
Right.
see, you keep throwing out these amazing characters that I want to see again and again and again. So my
Okay, how
answer
many times
would
can you
never
see
change.
Squirrel Girl?
Squirrel Girl is funny though.
How many times can you see Doctor Doom get screwed up?
Dr. Doom.
There, say
Fantastic
that.
Four.
Oh God, please stop it.
Scott Summers.
No.
Bro, look.
Melting.
They have done one good Fantastic Four movie. One.
Which one?
The Incredibles.
Oh, burn! Yeah, that's true. That's what. Please, Fox, if you're listening, sell Marvel back the rights. Trade it for the X-Men TV rights or whatever it is you're going to do because you guys don't know what you're doing. Give Marvel back Fantastic Four. Let Brad Bird direct the Fantastic Four. That's all I'm going to say about that. We'll save the hero talk and all that for another episode because this is all about Star Wars.
Right.
We're
Well,
going
yeah.
off tangent.
Let us know in the comments down below what you would think about a Force user being in the Marvel Universe. Not Star Wars being in the Marvel Universe, a Force user. Just let us know down below. But yeah, so the movie. What are you looking forward to in the movie?
Oh man, so much. And so much has been revealed this past couple of weeks. I think last month we didn't have any information about the movie. Like, we were just reaching out for all this stuff, and now it's like, oh, it's too much. It's covering me and all this stuff. I mean, we know. First off, let's start somewhere.
Spoiler alerts, by the way.
Spoiler alert.
And see, I haven't seen any of this stuff because
No.
I like the fact that they weren't telling us anything. Because nowadays, movies, trailers, they tell you everything.
It's not really a spoiler if the director is giving it. It's a spoiler when it's not supposed to get out. So, like, story beats and stuff that they are not marketing, that's a spoiler. So we're not going to be talking
Or some
about that.
guy's cousin who actually saw the movie and then tells you all the stuff that you don't
I
want to
actually
hear
have a
yet.
story like that, but I will save it because I don't want him to get in trouble. But I'll tell you guys off air,
Off the record?
off the record, what happened. It's pretty funny. Well, not funny, but it's cool. Let's talk about the international trailer. What did you guys think?
I didn't see much of a difference. Like, there was a couple of new flashes here and there, but it's kind of like all of the Star Wars trailers. Like, I have a general feeling of hype, but 1, 2, and 3 are still fresh in my mind. And I don't remember who it was. Someone was talking to me about the fight scenes in Star Trek and how they weren't that great.
In Star Trek.
In Star Trek, yes. And the guy who did that is now in charge of Star Wars. And it kind of gets me worried. It's kind of like how in Michael Bay's Transformers, the fights are just blurs. That's why I would never trust him with anything else, because he might bring that over there. And in much the same way, the Star Trek fights weren't that great.
Michael Bay has done other stuff where that didn't happen, like Face Off. In Face Off, those were very well done fight scenes, and they were very well thought out. the story even actually is pretty coherent. So he has the ability to do better.
Mm-hmm.
But with Transformers, they gave him like $1 billion and said, just do whatever the hell you want to with it. And he did.
Now, has JJ done other things that had kind of sci-fi fighting in it? That we know?
Well, no, but okay, look.
I can't really, nothing comes to mind.
I've watched every Star Trek movie there is. There's not really an epic Star Trek battle. Ever.
They tried it in the new ones.
There's none. But there aren't any.
Personally, I like the new Star Trek movies. 1 and 2.
I like them, yeah.
But see, those are character pieces, though. They're not really sci-fi battles. They're like you're in it because you want to see how Captain Kirk gets them out of this mess, not because the Enterprise does such cool stuff. Because it really just shoots phasers and photon torpedoes, and the shields go down to 30%.
It is immortal. It is somehow immortal.
That's the story. That's like every battle. And
that's it. I mean,
characters. That's so
like maybe Spock will figure out some crap to do to get them out of it, or Scotty will.
Everything's always broken.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's in large part too what Christopher Nolan did in Batman. I mean, he was able to tell a character story about Batman in a way that hasn't been done, and we see a lot of these new movies like Star Trek and all the Marvel movies like kind of imitate and take like beats from that and kind of drive how they push the franchise forward, and I think that's pretty cool. I like what they're doing with it. But as far as JJ, I think that honestly, I think they're gonna take what they did with the prequels. The only good thing they did with the prequels, in my opinion, and that's take what they did with those fight scenes and make them better and put them into the new trilogy. I hope that's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, like I haven't been let down by JJ. I'm just there's a lot writing on episode 7 because of the track history. Yeah, because of the recent history. There's a lot right on it because and anything he does great will be hailed as amazing. But any tiny little imperfection, we all know, is going to be blown completely out of proportion.
Well, we have to take into consideration that JJ isn't the only one involved in writing this story. Lawrence Kasdan has come back, and he's writing the story with JJ. And there are also other people involved to make sure that the story isn't diverging into something that isn't clean and drives a narrative. So,
and we got to hope for that, too, because we all know, because of another mess that was made, The Last Airbender, a sure thing isn't even a sure thing.
Right. Do you have to bring
that one
terrible events in my life?
Only because that one was greenlit and already signed contracts for three or four more movies, and they said no. They took it back.
Ooh, that just makes me so mad.
Right? The first 10 seconds. Remember the first 10 seconds? Earth. I saw the FX. I'm like, no.
I bought a ticket anyway because I'm such a huge Avatar fan. Oh my god.
Remember it took like 85 people to throw a pebble?
Right? Yeah. Why were they working together to... No, that's not how it works.
To throw a rock that I could pick up.
Right? No, it took all people to lift it, and then it took one more guy to throw
We're going to take like 3 minutes to talk about this because because it's lit a fire in my soul, just like the fire that the Fire Nation, not the Air Nation. I'm sorry. I'm just so upset.
The Fire Nation couldn't generate their own fire,
right? And that's what makes the Fire Nation scary. They aside from wind, they're the only ones who can make their own element. They don't need to be around the source, which is why they're scary. You take that away from them. It's like you telling me that they couldn't just put the fire out.
It just seems like M. Night didn't have a grasp on... I think he saw 3 episodes and was like, oh,
no. This man went on Nickelodeon. He was on the series finale of Avatar.
I remember that.
And you remember that when they had him after the end of the credits? And he was sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Avatar. I've watched all of it. And I was like, okay, maybe. And then he's like, hey, the Fire Nation, they're totally Japanese? Yeah, now they're Indian. I wonder why. And,
because he said why. He said he wanted his kids to be able to see themselves in this
powerful, world. Yeah. And then you have the Water Tribe, where they're all the correct race except the 2 main characters who happen to be white. So you have all these Inuits, and you can tell me they made 2 white babies? Magically? And their parents are both like that? Really? Yeah. And then the whole thing was bad. They had the guy from The Daily Show on there. Like he was what's his face? Admiral Zhao.
He was.
I've blocked so much of this movie out of my.
Yeah, you know, I think we should save this. We should save this for another.
Do an entire episode on Avatar.
This deserves a further analysis and discussion because it really is a. I have strong opinions about this, and I think it would take up most of the podcast.
And there are other movies too that have done the same type of thing, and I think we should do just like an entire episode of like movies that we were looking forward to that let us down, like epically let us down.
My lanterns. Oh God, dude. Okay, look.
Let's get back on track.
This last thing I gotta say. Green Lantern was the first movie I ever fell asleep on in the theaters.
You went?
I went.
And
I cried. And I fell asleep.
I did go to that.
Yeah.
There's been a tremble in the force, guys. They just announced that Civil War trailer. Also.
Oh yeah, you were telling us about that.
Yeah, I was.
Apocalypse trailer.
I was looking at a
Deadpool
movie pilot online, and yeah.
We're getting treated to a buffet of trailers that are going to be attached to the Star Wars.
And you know it's probably going to be like the extended trailers. So it's going to be like half an hour of just constant.
But somewhere in there they'll stick in something like Finding Dory, and then which I want to see. But then there's going to be a movie like that Julia Roberts movie,
like some light love movie or whatever.
They'll stick in there to just calm you back down before you get.
You've got mail too.
Because I think a lot of people's blood pressure will be up.
No, it needs to step the entire time.
Like you start off with Deadpool, then you get X-Men Apocalypse, then Finding Dory, and then
Civil War. Because we're getting. Listen, December 17th, Civil War trailer.
Does it matter whether it's Batman versus Superman or Civil War as the final trailer? Does it really matter?
No.
I think my most anticipated movie for next year is Batman vs. Superman because I'm such a Batman fan.
I'm more looking forward to Civil War because I can already sense how they're gonna do Batman vs. Superman. Like I've been through that hype phase because of Comic-Con, and let's be honest, they've been dragging this out for a while, a little longer than they need to, but they've been dragging it out for a while. Civil War, I haven't seen anything on Civil War yet. Other than that one trailer that we saw that kind of leaked, sort of.
Yeah, I've seen a few articles about things that people expect, but nothing concrete. But then Batman versus Superman. I think I've seen one article too many, and I now know something that has totally changed the way I see the trailers, and it messes with me now.
I think they really could have benefited from watching what Disney is doing with the Force Awakens because the marketing has been fantastic. I mean, they waited until the right time to drop the teaser trailer, which was last year. I think it was Star Wars.
Yeah, but they also didn't have it in the can for 2 years. I mean, that in and of itself is a problem. Well, they didn't even want to do it. That was all JJ who did that trailer. Thank you, JJ, for doing that because I think we needed it. We all needed to know what was going on. But I think definitely, I mean, let's say we got the Batman vs. Superman trailer a year and a half before? A year ago in July.
A year ago, yeah. And the movie isn't coming out until next year. So, I mean, we've had all this time and they're just giving us so much information about it, and I think it's a little too soon.
I think what it is, they took too long with it. Is what it is, because this movie should have came out either this year or...
It should have come out this past summer.
Yeah, it should have come out this last year, and they won't admit it, but they pushed it back because they were afraid of Avengers. That is what it was. They were, because it was originally supposed to come out around the same time as Avengers 2.
Yeah, that would have been a scary fight, but they might have
won. They would have won because I love Marvel. Age of Ultron was not that good.
I disagree.
Age of Ultron it had its moments, but there was no surprises anymore. Mm-hmm. The Avengers being on screen together has been done now, so it wasn't something that you were anticipating anymore. Like, remember the hype when you first went to that first Avengers movie? Mm-hmm. I mean, and you just knew that eventually they were all going to assemble.
It was the first time it ever happened.
The circle shot where you're like, oh!
Yeah, I mean, so now, I mean, it's something that you've already seen.
But they didn't say assemble. That's a problem. The Hulk fight was not long enough.
They did, technically, they assembled, but it wasn't the same.
They didn't say it, though.
Because
because
they didn't even film him saying.
Yeah, it's not even
They
filmed.
didn't need to because you knew what he was gonna say.
No, I don't. I don't know what he said because I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
He said, "Avengers, fall in line."
Right.
I don't think he.
Avengers, roll out.
That's Optimus Prime, sir. It's Optimus America.
Right, but no, like I think Batman vs Superman would have won.
Yeah, I think so.
It definitely would. And I'm getting tired of them pushing it back and then trying to hurry up and rush out a 20-year plan on movies they're going to do that may or may not suck. You know.
Yeah, actually, they're getting ready to start filming Wonder Woman in a week or two. They
actually just started.
Yeah, so like
they've already. Dropped
they're showing out pictures. Yeah,
pictures of Chris Pine as Trevor. What's his name? Trevor.
Steve Trevor. In the 1940s because they're introducing her in the 40s.
So is he going to be old by the time
the Justice League pops up?
Or is he going to time travel? I mean, I don't know.
He might go to Themyscira.
He might get a chance to actually live his life out with Diana and then die instead of being punked constantly like he is in the comics.
Superman.
Yes, finally. I feel so bad about him.
Look, before the New 52, Steve Trevor got to be with Wonder Woman for a really long time. That's and the New 52 just totally changed all that.
He just wasn't super enough for her. Or Superman enough.
That hurts. That hurts him right in the face. No, but Star Wars though.
Yeah.
So now, on December 17th, we are all going to be seeing it at midnight or a little earlier. Me and Walter are going to go see it in D-Box, which means that the seats will be moving with the Millennium Falcon.
4D.
And you're going to be seeing it in...
I'm just going to go regular IMAX.
Regular IMAX.
Regular IMAX.
Have you ever seen regular next to IMAX? Yeah, IMAX is fantastic.
Going to IMAX.
And we're going to be doing an episode probably around like the 3 a.m. mark, most likely. We're going to be really tired, but we're also going to be full of the Force.
Full of the Force.
And caffeine.
And Red Bulls. They give you wings and Force.
Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I hope Chewbacca doesn't die. I kind of don't want Han to die, but he can go.
I'd rather see Chewbacca die than Han.
Chewbacca's already dead in the books. I mean, granted, the books don't exist anymore.
So they probably could take that and put it into this movie.
Chewbacca's been dead for a couple of years.
Is he gonna blow up himself? Is that because in the international trailer he hits that detonator?
Well, I don't think the detonator. I think he's ran away and then he's like, you can't see me, but I'm pretending like I ran away and then I hit the button.
What if he's injured and he's crying, whatever? He's like,
what if he's the one that the girl is crying over?
Yeah,
I think I looked at that shot so many times, and I swear I saw fur.
Yeah, I did too. I saw fur. It might be Chewbacca.
He's the only furry creature in the Star Wars universe that I care about. So,
who is Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren is Kylo. Ren comes from the Knights of Ren, which is the organization he's a part of, aside from the New Order. And it's not Luke Skywalker, so...
Yeah, I didn't get that. People are like, it's Luke, really?
And it's definitely not Palpatine either.
Okay, well, first off...
You don't know that.
Have they seen what Mark Hamill looks like now?
Right.
He's not built anywhere near like what that is. So, I don't even know how anyone got that idea.
And not even to say that Mark Hamill has the body of a 60-year-old, which he does. It's because, I mean, this guy is so slim. I mean, even if Mark Hamill was...
And he looks way taller, too.
Yeah. And he's taller.
Yeah, it's like, there's no way Mark Hamill put on, or took off that much weight, took off that many years, and then got taller.
Plus, they've showed still photos in Vanity Fair of his face outside of the mask. I mean, so all these rumors and weird theories are so stupid.
Now, I thought it may have been Han Solo's son.
Now, as far as lineage is concerned, he could be a Skywalker.
He could be a Skywalker, yeah.
That's very
He could be possessed by Palpatine. I'm going to finish what you started. He's being influenced by Palpatine from beyond the grave. Yeah, that's becoming more possible, huh?
No.
And he's slowly taking over more and more of his personality.
But I think that there is Palpatine influence within this new order. Like, I think he, if you read any of the comic books, like there's a Shattered Empire comic book. It's a 4-part series of what happens after the events that follow Return of the Jedi. And in that, Palpatine has this propaganda message that goes around into the Galactic Empire, where he's saying how he's still alive and he's pretty much still driving the Empire to do his bidding from beyond the grave. So I think we're going to see that, if anything.
Right. But I'm still going to stick to my guns on Palpatine being in the body of Kylo Ren for one reason. You know what it is?
Because he's your favorite character?
Nope, because it gets you upset. and I find it hilarious.
He found my weakness.
Right? I found your kryptonite.
Damn it.
Also, what is that dude? What's his name? The black dude's name? Finn.
Finn, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I read somewhere that his last name is Calrissian. Now I don't know how true that is,
Finn Calrissian.
but I don't have a problem with that.
Why would he have
I
been
do know where that is from.
Why would he have been
I do know where that
a
is
soldier? Because isn't... Oh, wait, he probably lost his money, huh?
So on Amazon, this company released a jigsaw puzzle, and the jigsaw puzzle is a picture of Finn with Lando Calrissian, or it says that Finn is Finn Calrissian, but it's published by a company that is not Lucasfilms, is not Disney, and is anywhere involved with the company. So it's like a sixth party overseas.
Sixth party?
Like
so is he some dude from some other place who knew a guy, who heard from a guy who worked at Disney?
Exactly.
No, but they have said that that Lando actually makes an appearance in this movie.
He does.
And so
He's gonna be in the movie?
Yeah.
I heard that he was signed on for the next one. But
yeah, like he signed on for the next two, I know. But someone was in one of the things I was reading was saying that he actually makes a surprise appearance in this movie. So
that's so cool.
That would be cool, and then that makes it a little more believable that Finn may actually be Calrissian, just because.
Well, yeah, because he's a scoundrel. I mean, not that he's a scoundrel, but he's a space scoundrel.
But he can use the lightsaber also. So you know,
Finn?
So who did? Because
I'm wondering, is he? Do we think he's force sensitive, or does he just have a lightsaber?
It could be both. We don't really know. Because
Han could actually activate a lightsaber. I mean, we saw him do it.
Right.
So
it's a button, right?
Yeah. So he may not be able to build it, but he can use it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not like a lightsaber is a thing that only a Jedi can wield.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully, he has the intuition and know how to use the Force when he has to fight Kylo Ren. Because man, that scene. You guys remember that scene from the trailer where they're about to hit each other's lights? Oh man. Oh.
I will admit, I don't like the cross lightsaber, but at the end of the trailer, when he put the lightsaber out and it came on, there's something cool about how it happens.
That cross saber is so cool.
I love this. I love that lightsaber.
I love that lightsaber.
It just
let's talk about why you don't like it.
The sides are kind of small. Like it seems kind of out of proportion. Well, no, I mean, like proportion-wise, it just seems. Like, you have this awesome, like saber, and then you've got these two little lights at the end, like, hey, guys.
It's made like a claymore.
I know, it just looks
I love
weird
claymores.
to me.
It looks so cool.
Like, maybe if the energy was a little bit more, like, untamed, but it looks really...
I definitely like how it looks like a claymore, and it's so light, he can move it differently from a claymore, so it's not like it's this heavy thing that he has to have so much strength to swing. He can just make those swings more effortlessly than someone like... whoever would use a claymore.
Right, yeah. The Scottish. And then also, was it your boy?
Stephen Colbert?
Yeah, Stephen Colbert.
He did the whole thing to make it... I mean, like, the logic behind how it works totally makes sense. It's just the beams itself just look kind of wimpy. Like, I think it'd be better if maybe, like, the handle was a little longer to put more space in between the crossbar and his hand, and if they were just a little bit more intimidating looking, they look too neat.
So intimidating, though.
Like, I mean, the rest of the saber. The rest of the saber plus Kylo Ren look intimidating.
I mean, honestly, lightsabers themselves don't look that intimidating if you don't know what they can do. They're just a.
If I saw a guy
with a
beam of light coming out of a stick, I'd be like, that doesn't look like it just touches me and I won't die.
Right, that looks intimidating.
Don't touch me with that.
But I mean, like, I'm coming around to it. It's just like I don't like they look kind of wimpy. Hopefully, in the movie it'll look, a little better. Because at first, I didn't like the double lightsaber, and then I saw it in the fight scene. I'm like, I love the double lightsaber.
I don't like that spinning lightsaber.
Oh.
That one annoys me. Like, that seems like you should cut your leg off with it every time you.
I like the idea of it. I just don't see how it's practical.
They make it work. Those Inquisitors know what they're doing.
I mean, it works. It works as a shield.
I don't think they use it in any other way other than that. And to like more like crowd control.
Well, that one main Inquisitor, like he actually uses it spinning as in an offensive capacity, but it's he's always sticking it out like this.
But you gotta think that these characters that are using these sabers have the Force, so they are able to instinctively move and know how to use these.
Yeah.
Muggles like us, I mean, I know that's not the term to use, but muggles like us wouldn't be able to do that.
So wait, does that mean that SpiderMan could use a lightsaber?
He probably would be the greatest lightsaber user.
Because his spider sense would immediately keep his sword from touching him?
I think so. Him and Wolverine would be the greatest, because Wolverine could just make any movie he wants and it wouldn't...
It might cut through adamantium.
We don't know that. I don't think it would.
He cut through those blast doors, though, man.
Oh!
But that's not made out of adamantium.
You know how we can find out? I said there was a Force user on Marvel. And I brought it back full circle. No,
but said anything.
Now, one lightsaber that I think is really good, though, it's in the Star Wars Rebels cartoon right now.
Oh.
It's the one that has the blaster on it.
Finally.
That is how it should be. Yeah, have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Well, they just shoot and then they just turn the beam on and it's like... And I'm wondering, is that beam, is it a gun tacked onto it or is it energy fed from the crystal?
That is a good question.
Because if it's from the crystal, that means they can go through most things.
Well, if that's the case, then I don't think it is because I've seen them shoot stuff.
Right. Like, I've seen them shoot Mandalorians and they'd be like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
It's like, that's...
Yeah, that didn't seem like a plasma beam over...
Right. Wait, can Mandalorian armor... I know it's tough.
Oh.
Can it take beams? I
think it can.
Okay, so then it may be
then
that.
It wouldn't count.
Because, I mean, the only thing I've ever seen that beam hit is Mandalorian armor or other Jedi or Sith. And so usually they can just...
The Stormtroopers?
Yeah. I've seen it hit the Stormtroopers, and I've seen it hit Sith, so maybe they can just block it or whatever. But you know what? Down below in the comments, if you know about that I think it's what's the new Jedi's name?
Ezra,
yeah. If Ezra's beam saber, if Ezra's lightsaber, the gun on it, is it fed from the crystal or is it a gun add-on? Let us know down below in the comments because that will control whether or not it's a really good weapon or just like a nice weapon.
Another news. How many more topics do you guys want to do, by the way?
For Star Wars?
Yeah.
How many more you got?
As many more as the Force leads us to do.
Perfect, because there's so much more. Next topic is Princess Leia is no longer a princess.
Well, is she a queen? Oh, no, her planet's gone, though.
Her planet's gone.
Yeah.
So now
we're still calling her Princess Leia.
Well.
She actually more or less stopped being Princess Leia after Episode 4.
Right, after Alderaan got destroyed?
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning of Episode 4, that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Vader blew up her planet. It was gone.
Did you guys see the Family Guy episode of that? It's like, we're going to blow up Alderaan. No! Should we do it?
Should we blow her?
Yeah. No, but, yeah, she's not a princess anymore, I guess. I mean, I guess technically, if any of her people are still alive, she'd be a queen because she's married now. But,
now she's
more important than that, Slave Leia.
Oh,
let's talk about that.
Well, bye, Slave Leia. R.I.P. Slave Leia. Lucasfilms just recently announced, or was it Disney that announced?
Yeah.
The companies that control the publication of Slave Leia announced there will be no more Slave Leia.
Okay.
Across the universe.
Can I just?
I mean, it's all rare now.
Can I just say, stop trying to represent me. People keep going out and saying, oh, well, we got to stop saying this because this guy is going to be offended. Or we got to stop showing this because these people are offended. But these people haven't said they're offended. I mean, the Washington Redskins, they're going to change their name from the Redskins because, like, one Native American supposedly is upset. Even though all the Native Americans in, like, Washington, D.C. have been like, no, we like
There's more than one.
There's like 5 left, actually.
Yeah, so, it's like, but some person who has nothing to do with them whatsoever has gone, hey, we're they're going to be offended, so you need to change that.
They're upset
like,
on your behalf.
Yeah, like, I'm not offended by Slave Leia. I don't know very many people who are.
I don't know
one person who is.
I don't know many women who even know what Slave Leia is.
Every woman that I know who knows who Slave Leia is
just
cosplays as Slave Leia at every comic book convention.
Right?
I mean, Slave Leia is probably one of the most cosplayed
things ever.
Star Wars women.
It's the PC police gone crazy. Like if you're watching South Park this season, the whole season is about the PC police basically.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous. I mean, it was a part of Star Wars history, and they're gonna just act like it didn't exist.
Well, now I mean, it's a thing. Studios have to be conscious of the audience now because they get so bent out of shape. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't do this. So now, I mean, they kind of have to just say, well, just in case, we better pull this because we don't want this group of people we don't want PETA to get offended if they might not even kill Chewbacca because PETA might get offended.
Right? The Wookiees deserve a chance at life. They need agency in their films.
Wookiee lives matter.
I have a friend who is a vegan, and she is always always on my Facebook posting things about don't eat bacon and crap like that. She had posted this one picture about why would you eat this and not eat this, and it was like a dog and it was like a pig and a puppy, and then there's this other one that said got that same picture and it's like, why would you eat this and not eat this? And underneath it says because one of them is full of crunchy bacon. Okay, but anyway, so she says to me that her favorite show is The Walking Dead. And I'm going, okay, so let me get this straight. You don't want me killing puppies. However, your favorite show is basically full of lots of people murdering themselves and then, stabbing dead things in the head.
No.
And then we'll talk about that another day. And then I don't know if she saw at the last episode or that episode with the little girl who ate the turtle, but
oh god,
guys.
She could have at least cooked that turtle.
I was so triggered. I need to write a letter to somebody. I need to start a hashtag Turtle Lives Matter.
Well, I'm just saying. Look.
By the way, guys, we're black. Just all three of us are black. We don't need any.
Yeah, so we have
we have a shield. We have a shield. We can do whatever we want.
Say whatever we want about race. You guys can't say.
You know, the will be on the news. They'll be like, they can do whatever they want. We need to, get them banned from their own channel.
Jeez, we better make a plan about this. We should start figuring out who we're gonna offend before we.
And then offend them.
Right, severely.
Yeah, so, but anyway, all I was saying was that, people go out and they're like, we don't want to offend anybody. But the truth of the matter is that 9 times out of 10, the people you're trying not to offend aren't offended anyway. Most of us enjoy a good joke. Mm-hmm. Most of us enjoy a good show. And we're not going to be upset if it's good. We're only upset if the joke is tasteless and it wasn't funny.
Right. Because if it's funny.
Yeah, if it's tasteless and funny, I don't care.
Right. Because then, it's like, well, I'll laugh, though. So, I can't be too mad at you.
Hey, Dave Chappelle made some tasteless jokes, man. I love Dave Chappelle.
The time haters?
Right?
Oh, time haters.
Hating across time.
So classic. I love my favorite one is the pimp contest.
Oh, the hater awards.
Hater awards. Oh, yeah, the hater awards. Oh,
mine is always going to be the Wayne Brady episode.
Wayne Brady. Oh,
is Wayne Brady going to have to stop it?
Oh, yeah. And Chad Murphy. Doctor's in the house. Fuck you. Dude, that and what do the 5 fingers say in the face? Slap! I'm Rick James! Dave, you gotta come back.
I gotta tell a story because there was, after that episode, I thought, maybe my mom would find it funny if I got on her white couch and did that F your couch. I fixed my feet to go up a little bit from ground level, and she's like, you better put your feet down. You better not. You better not. Because let me tell you to do it. She didn't say all that. Don't mess with a black woman's couch.
Right.
Don't mess with her furniture. My mom is the generation after the plastic, so she keeps it clean. Those generations, they keep it clean without plastic.
Yeah. You're talking about Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
By the way, you're talking about PETA. How do you think they feel about the Tauntaun? Because that's probably the next thing they want to remove, right?
The Tauntaun's been in there for 30 years.
And the Wampa, so it's like, and then the Wampa, they're gonna want to look at him. Look over. He's just look over. Did he get his arm cut off or something?
Or cut in half or something like that. Like Luke cut him, or something.
Well, to be fair, he hit Luke first.
He hung Luke upside down in the cage.
But see, Luke needs to realize his white privilege, though. That's what he needs to check his white privilege. And his Jedi privilege. He has 2 kinds of privilege.
And his Skywalker privilege.
And his Skywalker privilege. And main character privilege. And lightsaber privilege.
All these privileges.
we should do an episode like that. just checking superheroes' privileges. Oh man. But so I think that was a pretty good episode, right?
That was pretty good.
About the Force.
Last thing, I just want to say R.I.P. to Daniel, the guy who had terminal cancer.
Who got to watch the movie?
You got to watch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So,
that not Marvel, but Disney. That was real classy. That
that
really
was
was.
so classy.
That was cool. Yeah.
So I'm glad that he got to see. I think he was holding on just to see the movie.
Yeah.
So.
I hope that it was really good, because you can't be going out on episode 1 stuff.
I mean, that's not funny, but that's funny.
No, I hope it's really good.
JJ has a nice firm grip. We got Lawrence Kasdan back writing the script with him. Who wrote the script with him?
Well, we had a class in screenplay writing, and our teacher told us that one of the problems that Lucas had was he knows the characters too well. That after 40 years of having these characters in his head, he knows all these little nuances about them, but they're things that nobody cares about. But he wanted you to know them, so he put them out there into these movies, and he ruined a lot of people's childhoods based on the fact that he felt like he needed to explain things we didn't care about to know the truth about. The Force is just this mystical power. Do I really want to know how it works? I don't want to know how it works. I just want the Force to work.
Well, I wanted to know more about it. I just didn't want it to be genetic crap, because that
midichlorian thing was unnecessary.
But then again, we have to. I mean, that does explain why you have generations of Jedi families, though. I guess
it does. But by the same token, by not having that explanation, the Force could have been something like Hal Jordan's power ring that works for 24 hours and 3 minutes. Where
it works because it's awesome.
Well, no, because it has a 24-hour time limit,
right?
And it doesn't matter how much he's used it. In 24 hours, it just stops. But there's this Christmas issue of Green Lantern where he was trying to save somebody's presents or something, and his 24 hours were up. And then he saw the fake Santa running across the ring, and he's like, "Okay, well, I may as well just try it." And his Christmas miracle, boom, his power worked. So, I mean, it was kind of like that. Maybe you have somebody who has never had a Force power before, but then because they believe just enough this one time, they're able to protect themselves with the Force or knock somebody down with it. And then you go, "Okay, well, cool." But see, the midichlorians takes that ability completely away, because this person. You scanned them when they were born. They don't have them. They didn't get them. Never gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of cool. I remember as a kid in the first 4, 5, and 6, watching them, thinking who else could be a Jedi? Who else could get it? Mm-hmm. And you're right. If you're scanned, oh well, then you're never gonna get it. But I kind of held out hope as a kid that maybe either Boba Fett or Han Solo was gonna
We all held out hope for Han Solo. We did.
I really thought that they were going to go that route where he would end up, getting the power or something.
Well, what I do think, driving back to the new trilogy, is the character Poe Dameron that's played by Adam Driver. I think he's connected to the Force some type of way.
Really?
I think he might be Force sensitive in the same respect that Leia is, where she isn't necessarily using this power in battle, but she uses it in other ways, like an intuition.
I thought she was Jedi. Well, I know
she was in the books that no longer exist. Right. We have no idea whether Luke trained her now or not.
Well, now we know that Luke isn't around, so we don't know if the new characters.
What's with the Skywalkers and just not being good at family?
They were never trained to be good at family.
You should learn.
The only one that's good at family is Leia, because she was raised in a proper.
Now, I heard someone talking about that her and Han split up or something. Is that true?
Well, we don't know, but it's possible.
There are pictures of them all hugged up on each other, though.
Because Han is kind of like a rolling stone in a way. He's not necessarily a homebody. I don't think it's in his character to just stick around. He's still out there with Chewbacca, She's probably like, "You have to be home at 8. Well, woman, I'm not gonna come home. I'm going out to somewhere.
I'm going on a party, and I'm gonna stop and pick up Batman on the way."
Right.
So, it's totally possible. Let's talk about that before we end the podcast. What do you guys think about Kylo and Rey being Skywalkers?
I think it's a good possibility.
Yeah, I think Kylo's his son, and I think he's gonna. I think if Han does die, he will die trying to convince his son to come back to the right side, and I think it's gonna fail.
I think a lot of people think that Kylo's gonna kill Han. And I'm afraid of that because I don't want him to die.
From his own son?
And it's from his own son.
Because he will. Because you can't. It's hard to come. I would imagine it's hard to come back from killing your parent.
I'd say it's doggone near
That's
impossible.
pretty. Like that's when you realize, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I've gone.
He's
I've
gone
crossed
full
it.
dark.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, if he does it and then doesn't immediately go, oh, then you know he's done. If he could kill Han and be like, all right, who's next?
But okay, I'm tired of people in helmets making sounds and word noises that that don't need to be there. The whole no thing, and it's not just like
No.
twice. Okay, the no when he becomes Darth Vader, hated that. The two no's when he's trying to save Luke's life at the end of Return of the Jedi. Yeah, that's right. You may not know about this, but George Lucas added Darth Vader saying no when he's watching the Emperor electrocute Luke.
When?
At the end of Return of the Jedi.
Which cut is that?
The
ninth cut?
Is that one of the newer ones?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So like Vader is looking back and forth between Luke and the Emperor, and he goes no, and then he runs over and he grabs him and he tosses him. But it's like it's totally unnecessary. Like you totally understood what was happening there without that.
Right, and he wouldn't say it because he doesn't want the Emperor to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's George. That's
at
why
that
people turned on you. That's why people turned on.
At that point, I mean.
Meanwhile, George Lucas says
he edited so much in that.
Mm-hmm.
Was it James Earl Jones saying though?
Yeah, it was James Earl Jones. But George Lucas has since he sold Star Wars said that people who go back and change beloved movies are evil or something like that. And I'm like, are you serious?
But you're the evilest one of them all.
Right?
Right.
The king. You're Palpatine, man.
Right. He should play Palpatine next time.
He should. Terrible. I mean, don't edit.
But though, like sometimes genius is crazy like that though.
But yeah, sometimes you just have to tame it, man. You just have to have a one direction instead of all these crazy things going on.
But you're telling me that nobody looked at these new cuts of these movies with him and said, dude, no.
Oh yeah, but he had complete creative control, so they can say no all day long. He's like, well, you're fired. You don't like this? He got a bunch of yes men's around him.
And it's a force choke for you. It's a force choke for you.
And I'm going to take your check.
Right?
Take your check. So, I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But, I think that's...
Han shot first.
He did shoot first.
He did.
Because he wants to live. But anyways, guys, that was our first In the Nerd Room. Let us know what you think about it down below in the comments. Let us know what you think about a Force user going to Marvel. And let us know what you think about Kylo Ren.
And if
also,
sorry.
Let us know about Ezra's gun. What do you guys think?
Yes, the gun. Definitely let us know if you think that gun is force fed from the crystal, or if it's just like some little cheapy gun that he duct taped on there.
And also, if a Force user is ready to go to Marvel, should he kill Scott Summers first?
He should. He should kill. Yes.
Or should a Force user just stay in Force user land in the Star Wars universe?
No,
not even
the Force transcends everything.
And not even migrate to Marvel.
Look, if Attack on Titan and Optimus Prime can make appearances in Marvel, so can the Force.
G.I. Joe also.
And if it's a one-shoot comic, fine, just to appease the two people that want it to happen.
Hey, there's more than two. There's at least 5. I've met them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they your other personalities?
No, I only have 2. So,
but honestly though, they do a lot of one shots for like somebody else will have that same idea and they'll do a one shot and then they'll just tell you it's not canon.
Right.
They're like, this is what would have happened.
It just when I saw the new Star Wars comics and I saw the Marvel logo on there, I was like, if you did it right, it could work.
A Captain Phasma with Iron Man armor would be kind of cool.
Yeah, see? Possibilities. It would
Boba Fett with an Iron Man upgrade.
See, Star Wars
Boba Fett with the Thor hammer.
He's not worthy.
He's not worthy.
Wow.
He found a way. He found a way.
There is the universe where Doctor Doom is like the king in Secret Wars. Maybe he has one of those Thor hammers, where if you're unworthy, you can hold it. Unworthy Thor Boba Fett. Whoa.
The point is, Star Wars is fine. Marvel is getting stale. Marvel and DC Comics are starting to get stuff, minus Batman.
Mine is just...
What if Luke Skywalker got Mjolnir?
Oh.
Depends on which stage of his life.
What if it was a Mjolnir lightsaber?
Wait, so it's a handle and then the light comes out in the shape of a hammer?
Yes. That would be...
Whoever holds this lightsaber, if he be worthy...
Or if you just hit the button.
Power of a Skywalker.
Or if you hit the button.
It comes out with lightning and the laser blade at the same time.
That's so weird looking. Why would it come out in form of perfect? That's so weird.
No, I'm talking about the lightsaber blade coming out of the top of the hammer.
Well, I'm sure we'll workshop this.
Yeah, we'll get some focus groups together. But anyways, guys, until our next episode, which is going to be about what movies, or is it going to be about Supergirl?
You'll know when it happens.
Will you? Will they?
You'll know.
It's going to be about some stuff that's going to get us upset. Until next time, guys, we've been your host, Kirby Kid.
Black Superman.
An Age of Ashtron.
See you later, guys.